Yeah, right.
No, you're good.
I talked to him. He said he wouldn't buy it. He said talking to one person. That's about it. Yeah, that one sounds great.
Yeah.
Is that a gas station? Yeah. Pretty weird.
What's that? Is the person on a screen mask or something?
No.
I don't know.
What did they dress up as?
Oh, yeah, let me show you.
Skull mask.
Harry Potter stuff.
Seriously?
Yeah.
They look great.
Yeah, my grandson was growing.
No, you're old.
He was growing his hair out for this. Doesn't he look amazing?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I bet she was nuts.
What is the character?
Check.
Harry and Hermione.
Hermione, yes.
Yeah.
But so now he can get a haircut. He was growing it out just for this.
Rain it over.
It feels great.
Thank you.
It'll be complicated.
And they both have their lines from university.
I have a lot.
You have one too? I guess they read them.
You do, yeah.
They were
There's
telling
one
me.
where you can like let stuff go forward. It's really cool.
Yeah. I want to go with them and watch how that works.
Good morning. We're set up for a press conference.
Yes. Socks and shoes.
I'm assuming they read. I'm assuming you've read the books.
I've never had a problem.
I don't know totally. This is my wife and her coworker.
Yeah.
So my cat's never. That's as far as we even had some incidents when she was working home. This one those yeah, right. And this is when my daughter was so that's really old.
I was at the girl from Jurassic Park. And I
Oh, yeah.
and
I heard dinosaurs were weird.
yeah.
Yeah, man, the costumes in my neighborhood were unbelievable. like a fence that
Got
was.
the, you know, got
Like
sprinkler and
just
all.
That's cool.
Isn't that weird? I guess there's no process.
Yeah, I like that you have the cable to your phone.
Is that the, they give you a little mic flag with it and everything. I don't remember, but I have it. Yeah. Put the scratch mic flag on it. I should just get a sticker. I could put a sticker over that. Branded it. It travels nice. That's the only way I can travel nice otherwise.
A bump shot. Okay.
You know if he's running that Charlie Chris thing?
He's running a couple minutes behind, so I just asked him, you know, when, and that's when I'll push live and I'll let you guys know.
I'm on the way, not trying to do this one. Like 45 minutes, an hour late. The sun, all the way sweat.
Trick-or-treating along the Riverwalk or no? If you live in a condo, I guess you can't have trick-or-treaters because you can't get in. Typically, if it's locked.
Yeah. I think they can open it. Maybe. My mom, because I just got scuba certified.
They told us to spend all the big deal that you are at Pasco.
Wow, so now you can go.
Much more
That's my
about
dad's thing here. When we got scuba certified. And my dad is an identity thief.
But they were like,
He's
the
got like
DEA
hello,
says
my
not,
name is
you shouldn't worry about it.
And like all of our names.
Oh, that's so funny. He's a great sense of humor.
My mom
sell it,
took
and I'm gonna
Oh,
put it
oh,
up for
okay.
free. So we're like, okay. So don't
That's
check your
funny.
kids' candy for drugs.
So I'll give you updated boat pictures. Yeah, he's now painting it.
I love the color.
Here he is.
Sorry, I think you're telling me. They're gonna have paper slide guys, and they're probably gonna be walking out soon.
Or they're gonna walk out of that door?
I'm not sure.
Here we go.
All right, we're good. So all the information we have right now is preliminary. There's still an active investigation going on. Our prayers are for the family right now. They're dealing with this tragedy. It's horrific out there with every, the victim, for her family and for the people that were in that house at the time. So right now, approximately 12:45 a.m., a call came into the Pasco Sheriff's Office for residents off of Manatee Court in Newport Richey. There was an adult female that was sleeping on a couch in the front room. She is awakened by somebody knocking at the door. As she's getting up because she hears this door, the door then is kicked in by a suspect. The suspect walks in, he points the gun directly at her, then he keeps moving towards the bedroom. While he moves into the bedroom, he flips on the switch, he turns the light on. The victim was laying in bed with 2 young children. She's laying in bed with these young children. The light comes on. She sees the suspect walk in the door. The suspect points a gun directly at her. She sits up. As she sits up, she says, "Don't shoot me." The suspect then fires 1 round at her. She falls off of the bed. He fires another round directly at her, striking her. He then walks out of the apartment or house and leaves. We get a call of the 911. Deputies arrive on scene. We start rendering aid to her. Fire rescue arrives. They start rendering aid to her. She's taken to the hospital. Unfortunately, she passed away from the wounds she received from the suspect. The suspect is described as an adult male, approximately 5'10", heavy built. He was wearing all dark clothing and his mask was covered. All indications right now appears that the suspect knew the layout of this house. He directly targeted the individual. It seems like he knew exactly who he was going for, and he fled the scene. We had K-9 on scene working with Newport Richey Police Department and our agency, but it appears he fled in a vehicle. So I can tell you right now, besides our victim advocate out there, we are helping with mental health counselors for those 2 young children and for the adult that was in the house for this horrific tragedy that occurred right now this evening. For the suspect involved, we're asking anybody who has any tips, 1-800-706-2488, or go to pascosheriffoffice.com/tips. So, for these young kids, I can imagine they were out last night trick-or-treating. I can imagine they went to bed a little bit later like all the kids did last night. But to be woken up by this, to be woken up to have a suspect, walk in, turn that light on, and shoot the person to bed with them, it's horrific. That's the only word I can think of. We pray for the family, we pray for those children, but this is unfortunately the violence that we're dealing with. But I go back to our community, we need your assistance. Any information you can provide us, we need it. But for the public to know, it looks like the suspect knew exactly what he was doing, he knew exactly where he was going, and knew exactly who the targeted person was. So with that being said, is there anything I can answer this time or try to answer?
What the relationship is between the victim and the suspect, and then what are the ages of the kids of the victim?
Everybody involved in that incident is considered a victim. So as young ages, I can tell you they're under 12 years old. The 2 kids were under 12 years old. As to the relationship, apparently everybody can probably believe, think, well, was this domestic related? That's part of the investigation. I don't want to, basically say this is exactly what we believe it is, because we're still casting a wide net. We don't know who that suspect is, but we are questioning anybody who may have been in a relationship with her, anybody who had any ties to her, to try to narrow that down. Or was it somebody that was sent in there? So we're trying to figure out, but clearly this individual was targeted. There was an adult person that was in a couch. She was laying there. He pointed the gun at her. We believe once he recognized who that person was, that wasn't the intended person, he went directly to that bedroom looking for who he was looking for in the suspect. For the victim.
Do you know if the suspect said anything during this entire incident?
No, all we have is right now is that the victim, when she got out of bed, when the light came on, she sits up. As she's sitting up, she sees the suspect. The suspect's pointing a gun at her. She says, "Don't shoot me." He then does shoot her. She falls to the ground. He fires another round, striking her, and then he leaves. There's no indication anybody has any information that he said anything when he went in there.
And with him on the loose, is there a threat to the general public? Are you concerned about that at all?
We're always concerned that there's somebody out there, with a gun who killed somebody in our community. That's why we have all our detectives. The detectives are out there working. We have deputies out there on patrol. Everybody's out there doing everything we can. Right now it's a latent investigation where we're trying to get any information, any cameras, anything that, you know, could give us any information. We're trying to reach that. But at the same time, it clearly looks to us that this is a targeted hit. It clearly looks like to us that the victim was known to the suspect, or the suspect knew exactly who he was going for. So for randomly, no, it doesn't look like there's a random crime that occurred. It would look like it was a specific crime, and that's why, you know, we want the information from the public. Any information you can provide us. If anybody has any cameras in the area, I know deputies have probably been knocking on your doors already, but if there's anybody has anything, if somebody's coming into a house right now, they're wearing dark clothing, they look suspicious, 5'10", heavy built, you know, please let us know, because maybe, you know, that person is the person that was involved in this, but we need any information we can to bring justice for this family.
Any kind of description of the vehicle that they fled in?
No, nothing at this time.
And
All right.
the age of the woman who was killed, do you guys have an idea or a range?
We're not releasing it at this time. No. Appreciate it. Thank you all very much.